Good morning, traders. Welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris from Elite Currency. All right, before we take a look at the markets, very quick, my SWAT guide. If you like my videos, check it out here, only for $24.95. A lot of information here about explaining technical analysis and understanding the charts. And if you like that, you can also think about my SWAT course, with 22 hours, 70 videos, lots of strategies and methods and tools and indicators. All right. Now let's take a look. At the euro dollar, we had, of course, the weekend break, and as expected, price moving up and bouncing at the resistance levels of the previous tops here, potential head and shoulders. But let's see, price bouncing there and making a slow, choppy correction to the downside, which is also what we expected, back to the Fibonacci levels like 38.55 zone, which is typical for wave 4. Now the big question is, all of that has happened. The big question is, will price indeed bounce at the long-term moving averages and fibs for a push-up like we expected on Wednesday? All right, so far price has reacted to the 50 fib and the 121 zone, moving up a little bit, but of course that could just be a retracement for more downside. We have to see if price is able to push through the 21 EMA high and this channel, this bull flag channel. Can price break above it, pull back a continuation for that push up? If it does break with the candle above the 21 EMA and the top of the downtrend channel here, the top of the bull flag, then we are looking at a breakout towards the minus 272 target, and maybe even further, minus 61.8 target, or even the minus 100 target. Those are the targets to think about. Let's zoom out though and take a look at the bigger picture now. There we go. Quick look at the weekly chart or candle was last week a doji. After a bullish candle, we have now a fractal at the 21 EMA, indicating some type of bounce here within the uptrend. Of course, the 21 EMA has been bullish already for almost a year now, and this is a very strong uptrend, and we're probably looking at some type of wave 4 and wave 5, unless price breaks below that 21 EMA. That could, of course, indicate a change. Daily chart, as we already explained, ABC. Now we're looking for an ABC up here. We had a bearish ABC. We're looking for a bullish ABC, and then again a move down, either in 5 waves or 3 waves. If it's 3 waves down here, we're looking at a triangle. If it's 5 waves, we're looking at some type of ABC flat, and then a resumption of the uptrend around the 144 EMA zone for a new high. So for the moment, we're expecting price to go up, retest the previous high, but not break it, and bounce there. All right, so let's go down to the 4-hour chart. There we go. And let's put the fib on this swing high, swing low. Okay, because this is the wave A. Basically what we're expecting, this is the wave B, and we're expecting wave C. So if it does break to the upside here, we're looking for price to go up to 122.25, maybe even 122.50, 123. As price makes that ABC zigzag. As you can see, 123 is probably roughly the max what we're expecting that ABC zigzag. Now, what if price does not break through this flag, and what if it breaks below the 21 EMA zone? In that case, I still think it's an ABC pattern, actually, but the wave B is not finished yet. So in that case, I suspect that there is a good breakout opportunity to the downside below 120.86, but down to 120 and the 78.6 fib, which in turn I expect price will be used for a bounce. This bullish ABC pattern, here A, here B, or here B, right, the second spot, and C, remains valid as long as price stays above this bottom. Because if it breaks below that bottom, this is not an ABC zigzag. That invalidates the ABC zigzag pattern, and something else is going on. So if price does break through this 20 EMA, you see buyers stepping in for the moment, but let's see how this 4-hour candle closes. If it closes like that, that could indicate that price is ready for that wave C up. But if whatever the sellers push it back down and it closes here and the next candle breaks below it, then that pushes the immediate wave C out of the window, right? Or let's say a bad way of phrasing it, but let's say it makes it less likely. And in that case, with the break below the 20 EMA, then we're looking at a red wave C. This is probably red A. This is a red B. And we're looking down for a red C, all within that blue B, blue A completed here, and we're looking for a bounce up part of blue C at the 78.6 fib. That blue C, expecting 5 waves, so expected bounce, a higher low, and then a rally flag and continuation higher like that in 5-wave pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So very critical zone here, whether this is the red C or a blue C. Break up, blue C, break down, red C, expecting a blue bounce at 78 or 88.6 fib, basically. So it's going to be interesting. I'm leaning towards the upside, but of course I'll follow what price does. If it breaks lower, then it breaks lower, and I'll try to trade this piece down. But yeah, for the moment, I think this is an ABC flag, and I do think that the bulls have slight edge here. But of course, yeah, if it breaks through the support, breaks through these long-term moving averages, breaks through the 20 EMA on the 4-hour chart, then the odds for downside, of course, in my view, substantially higher. All right, that's it for euro dollar, pound USD. Is really rocking it here. It's very strong and is really showing strong candles, but I think it's really reached the end of its bullishness in my view. I mean, not sure how much more it could continue. I think that the bull run has a higher chance of finishing because of the resistance levels from a technical point of view here, very close. So maybe some space still, but if we put a fib from here to here, I'm sure there's some 88.6 fib at the place where we're right now. So the pound likes deep fib, so that's a very strong resistance spot right there. If we analyze these waves, it looks like a 5-wave pattern that's stretched out quite substantially with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a 5 of 5 of 5 almost. Now, we recently had the break of this rising wedge. It was looking corrective, but price actually broke to the upside. So that acceleration does pose well for maybe even more upside, one could wonder. But yeah, with the Wiz 8, 140, price is above the 140 level as well. So we're seeing buyers step in again. Here, look at this pin bar. Yeah, the trend is very strong. You never want to underestimate that trend. Let's take a look at the hourly chart here. And it could make another higher high if you look at this. 1, 2, 3. We're looking maybe at a wave 4 eventually. Maybe not now, but eventually we need a wave 4 that could make some kind of bull flag. And one more higher high is starting to become quite likely when you look at everything here, with the target at anywhere between 140.70 and 142.50 probably. Let's go back to the 4-hour chart. Riding above this 21 EMA zone very strongly. For me to trade any reversal, I think the reversal price is getting into reversal territory because of the higher time frames, because the trend will not stretch forever. But reversals are very tricky. Reversals are very vulnerable, and timing really is important in this case with the reversals. I do think that the pound strength has its maximum. I know the dollar is weakening, especially towards the pound, even more than the euro dollar apparently, but I think that just will run out eventually. But I don't think it's a good moment right now. It looks too strong on these time frames for the moment. For me to consider any reversal trades, I think I would need to see an impulsive push below the 20 EMA followed by a bear flag, the 20 EMA flipping down, and then look for that break or bounce actually at the 20 EMA zone down to these long-term moving averages. Or I would need to see a very substantial daily candle that indicates a reversal pattern, right? Either a big pin bar like this, with the bearish close preferably, with a big wick, indicating that this is exhausted, this up run, and we're looking at a potential reversal, or some very nice bearish engulfing twins or so, some kind of daily candle pattern that gives indication that this upside is over. Otherwise, not yet. And if anything, if on lower time frames I see a flag, then a continuation higher is more likely. All right, that's it for now. Thanks so much, and wish you all great trading. Cheers, bye-bye.